Good day, ladies and gentlemen. This is Hills of the Master Sword, and we are back with my Let's Play of Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. Alright. The main part of this boss is stay away from the large, fuzzy orange balls. It should be kind of odd, but for once in your life, stay away from the cheesy poofs. They don't do well here. They're not delicious. They're definitely not worth grabbing. This is not a bag of delicious. This is in fact a bag of pain. And it won't end well. You have to grab them from long distances with the hookshot and then smack them mercilessly. Mercilessly. Usually you can get rid of one by just grabbing it and smashing it as much as possible. Sometimes it'll get away from you, sometimes it won't. It's, yeah, like right there. I didn't get it exactly, but, whatever. Alright. Once you've got all the cheesy poofs out of the way, if I was to say it like that, the big idea here is hit him any way possible. Use whatever you want to use. I'm trying to use arrows and failing at it, obviously. But, the big problem is that he moves pretty fast. Usually a spin attack will be able to get him because it has huge range, but other attacks I know work. I just can't for the life of me hit him with an arrow this time. Yeah. He doesn't do lots of damage, but he does do a fair amount, so watch out. The fairy only healing for 7 hearts doesn't really help much. I think that's only like 4-ish hits from him. But persevering on, we will get the crystal. And the water still moves. Why are there waterfalls in that room? I don't know. Why couldn't there just be just a pool? What was he doing before we got there? Have you ever thought about that, Internet? What do bosses do when Link isn't around? Do they just sit there? Do they wait? I mean, I understand that the monsters... I mean, there's gotta be some sort of social order, like they have clubs and stuff, I don't know. They obviously have companionship, because there's a lot of them. But the boss, he's just one dude in a room. Well, most of the bosses are just one dude in a room. Yeah. Alright. Now, on. Let us get the medallion. Shiny stone? I'm not gonna bother much. There is a medallion here. See those posts? They are a marker. They are a good marker for you, because they will bring you to this. And, of course, grab the Pokemodora, and bam, here we go. Hold the Master Sword up, and you will get the magic of the Bombos. And Bombos we have. Everything on the screen lights on fire and then explodes. That's how it works. It's awesome, it's great, it'll save you in so many situations. It is a great thing to have. I won't be using it a lot because it saps your magic meter like there's no tomorrow, which is the sad part. But, I mean, if this thing used a little less magic, it would be really, really worth it. It would be such a great boon to us, but, it is not all that efficient when it comes to the magic department. Yeah. I need to go get that, the fairy dust, or whatever it's called, the magic powder, because there's some magic stuff I have to do. I have to go have my magic, but not because we're going to be traveling all over the place a lot, because there's a lot of questing to be done. Technically, it's not questing, but whatever. Here's this guy. He's been changed, and he talks about a flute. Yeah. He talked about his flute when he was a little child. And we get a shovel. The shovel is, it's a shovel. What do you want me to say? I mean, what else do you do with a shovel? What do we do with a drunken shovel? Yeah, beware of this. If you warp too close to him and he plays his music, it'll instantly warp you back. Because your invincibility timer has fully expired by the time his song is over, so you'll be trapped and you won't be able to move. But, here we go. Here is the flute. It is very, very similar to the Ocarina of Time. It's, I don't know whether that was on purpose. Like, I mean, I understand that this game was made before Ocarina of Time, which makes me think that, the Ocarina of Time in that movie, what am I talking about? In that game, in Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, will, I think that was just a throwback to this. I'm not sure, confirm, deny, and, so, for the sake of nostalgia, he asks you to play this flute in front of him. And so, we do. It is a very catchy tune. I like it. The music director was doing a good job when he had this whole thing going. And over here, yeah, circle of bushes. If that's not a gigantic thing that says, hey, warp here, warp right now, do this. As you can see, this place is inaccessible until you have a magic mirror. So here we go. Here's a piece of heart. Thought I'd grab that while I was over here, because I know that one's there. I think that's one of the ones that I memorized first, because it's just such a blatantly obvious spot. What else am I gonna do here? I think I remember. Yeah. I haven't been posting a lot of videos recently. Life has been busy. There have been things to do. Many things. Alright. And so, we have to go to the light world. Because I believe we are going to be embarking on Dungeon 4 very soon. Yes, that's right, viewers. We are not going to Dungeon 3, we're going to Dungeon 4. Why? Because, well, I don't like Dungeon 3. It just doesn't strike me as all that important. It's not all that, it's not all that interesting. So I'm just gonna go to Dungeon 4 because it's kind of small-ish. Sorta. It's actually a pretty big dungeon, but it gives it to you in nice small chunks that you can handle and swallow easily. It's a good dungeon. They made it well. And, here's me being me. Oh yeah, if you ram into that tree, you get apples. Apples are worth 1 heart apiece. So yeah, just pop out like 10 hearts out of a tree. That's a great deal. But it's surrounded by guards, so you kind of have to fight for them. But whatever. We can deal with it. And you know the reason we couldn't warp before? Well, 2 reasons. One, also there's a magic decanter there. We need the hammer. And we needed the power gloves. This is Hilton Master Sword signing off.